We've got baseball, basketball, and even a little hockey in today's top 5 cards. Can you guess what card's going up the most?
My name is Geoff Wilson. By day, I invest in tech companies, and at night, I invest in sports cards. Join me and my team as we help you profit from the hobby we all love.
Hello, sports card investors, and welcome to another Top 5 Tuesday. And what a week it is to be a sports fan. You've got the NHL Finals going on, the NBA Finals, which are now a lot more exciting that Miami showed up in Game 2. We may have a real series on our hands. I'm excited to see how that plays out. And of course, I'm also excited about Whatnot. As you guys know, they sponsor our top 5 every week. And Whatnot has awesome live auctions every day and night, starting at just $1 for packs, boxes, breaks, singles, and more. It's a lot of fun. And if you scan the QR code on your screen or use the special link in our show description below, you'll get $10 in free credit when you sign up for Whatnot. Okay, let's start by taking a quick look at the overall sports card market with the Market Pulse by Market Movers. And it's not a very fun look. This last few weeks has not been very good for the sports card market. We are down almost 3% over the last 30 days after we had been relatively even the first few months of the year. Hopefully this will reverse itself as we get towards the National coming up at the end of July. And then of course football season, which will not be too far behind that. But now let's look at the cards that are going up and down the most. We're starting with a cold card, and it has been a frosty month for Ja Morant. If you have Ja Morant cards, they're not doing so good right now. And of course, we all know why. First of all, Memphis was tossed out pretty early in the playoffs by the Lakers, and then Ja had yet another off-the-court incident involving a firearm. The NBA is taking this really seriously. He's going to be suspended for a while. There's rumors that the suspension might be 40 games. Could even be more than that. We don't know, but we should find out relatively soon. The NBA said they'll announce that after the NBA Finals are over. But whatever it is, it's not good news for Ja Morant's card prices. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and I brought up 5 of his 2019 rookie cards on the screen. His Prism Base, Prism Silver, Prism Green, Prism Photo Variation, and his Prism Fireworks, all in PSA 10. It doesn't really matter, guys, which one of these you have or any Ja Morant card. If we look at price change by percentage over the last 30 days, you can see all of these graphs are going in the absolute wrong direction. They are going down and to the right. That is not what we want to see. It is that Prism Silver that is down the most. It is down over 36% over the course of the last 30 days, most recently selling for $359. Somebody paid $563 for that card just 30 days ago. But now let's talk about cards going up, and we're starting with Micheal Porter Jr. His cards have been hot this entire postseason as the Nuggets have surged towards the NBA Finals, and now that they're there, he's playing a very important role next to Jokic and Jamal Murray. Porter Jr. has averaged 14 points per game during the playoffs, shooting 38% from 3. So those are pretty solid numbers, and those have done good things for his card prices. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and you can see from 2018, 5 of his rookie cards up on the screen: his Prism Base, his Prism Silver, his Select Concourse Tricolor, his Optic Shock, and his Optic Blue Velocity, all in PSA 10. These, of course, are just 5 of hundreds of Micheal Porter Jr. cards that we track here in Market Movers. If we look at price change by percentage, you can see all of these are moving in the proper direction, especially over the last couple of weeks. Since Denver secured its spot in the NBA Finals, all of these cards have been quite hot. Digging into the details, you can see that all of these cards are up anywhere between about 2% and all the way up at about 64%. It is that Optic Blue Velocity that has gone from $43 to over $70 over the course of the last 30 days. Been a really good month for Micheal Porter Jr. Going to hockey for number 4 today, it's Connor Bedard. He's back on the list again. May not have been the hockey player you expected to be here because we have some players actually playing in the NHL Finals right now, but it is Bedard's cards that remain the hottest in the hockey world at the moment. Now, you guys know Bedard is considered this super prospect. He's a 17-year-old hockey player. He's expected to be the #1 pick in the NHL draft by the Chicago Blackhawks. But he was recently named the first player in Canadian Hockey League history to sweep the Player of the Year, the top prospect, and the top scorer awards. And what a season he had in the Western Hockey League with 71 goals and 72 assists in 57 games. Bedard looks like he is the real deal. He only has a couple of cards out there on the market, but their performance right now has been the real deal as well. So these are two of his cards from 2022 Upper Deck Team Canada Juniors in PSA 10. That is the U20 card, and that is the Pride of the Program card. Still not many of these graded yet, so not a ton of sales of these cards in PSA 10 condition. But you can see here over the last 30 days, the ones that have been graded have been going up quite a bit as they've been hitting the secondary market. And this has been the trend actually for a little while now. The Pride of the Program is up 28%. The Team Canada Juniors U20 card is up 102% over the last 30 days. That card's gone up from $100 to $202. If you zoom out even further on the graph, it's gone up even more from a percentage standpoint. So, man, as soon as we see more Connor Bedard cards hit the market, they are sure to be hot, at least at first. To baseball for the #3 spot, and here's a familiar name. It's Aaron Judge. He's back in the top 5 again. Of course, last season, he was in the top 5 a lot as he had that incredible run to an American League record 62 home runs during the season. But he's actually on a similar pace this season. He's currently batting .291. He has 19 home runs through 175 at-bats so far this season. So he's putting up big numbers once again, and baseball card collectors and investors are starting to take notice again. His card prices are heating up again. Let's take a look here in Market Movers. You can really see this is a very consistent graph of cards going up and to the right across several of his cards. I put on the screen his 2013 Bowman draft picks, and then his 2017 Topps Chrome Base, Bowman Chrome Base, and then Topps and Bowman paper base cards, all in PSA 10, all of these showing a really nice price increase over the last 30 days. The Topps Chrome's actually kind of flat, but most of the rest of them are up quite a bit, anywhere between almost 15% and all the way up at 84%. That Bowman base card in PSA 10 condition has gone from $74 to $137 over the last 30 days. We're seeing this type of upwards movement across some of his more rare cards, some of his parallels as well. It seems like this is yet another good time to have some Aaron Judge cards, particularly if he keeps performing the way that he has so far this season. Back to the NBA playoffs for the #2 spot, and this is an anticipation play. Tyler Herro is in the top 5 because there's many sports card investors and collectors out there that are hoping and assuming that Herro will make a triumphant return. He will be the hero, perhaps, of some of the upcoming games in the NBA Finals, but that is uncertain. Now, of course, Herro has been out for most of the playoffs with a hand injury. It's been rumored that he's going to come back tomorrow night and play in that game, but there's also reports that he still has swelling and pain in his hand, and he's not totally over the injury. He's maybe experienced some of that in practice. So we don't quite know if he's actually going to come back or not. But because there's speculation that he could, his cards have been going up as people have been buying them as a speculative play. Let's take a look here in Market Movers, and I brought up his 2019 Prism Base and Prism Silver in PSA 10 on the screen. If we look at price change by percentage, you can see how both of these are really heating up a lot, especially over the course of the last week or two. In fact, over the last 30 days as a whole, that Prism Base is up almost 87%. That Prism Silver is up 71%. That Prism Silver most recently sold for $120, and you could have snagged that for $70 just 30 days ago. The Prism Base, still an inexpensive card today, selling for around $20, but that card was down at $10 just 30 days ago. So Tyler Herro's cards are going up. Now, will he actually get back on the court and play? It's going to make a big difference in terms of what happens with these cards over the next week or two. It's time for today's number one card, but before I give it to you, let me remind you that all of the charts and graphs from today's episode are from Market Movers, and you can try Market Movers for free, either on the web or on your mobile phone. For the web version, just go to sportscardinvestor.com and click Market Movers in the main menu bar, or just go to the App Store on your phone and download the Market Movers app. Try it out for free. I think you're going to love it. Okay, guys, number one today, Jimmy Buckets. Jimmy Butler is back in the top spot today, coming off of the Heat's maybe somewhat surprising victory at Denver in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. The Heat have maybe set themselves up to perhaps be the favorite for the remainder of this series. Who knows what's going to happen, but it is clear that Jimmy Butler is the absolute star of that team, and he has put the Heat on his back for much of this NBA playoffs. He is averaging 27 points per game during his playoff run, shooting 48% from the floor, 36% from three, but his overall impact on the team is immeasurable, how much he's helped them out through the NBA Finals. Now, before I show you his card prices, let me give you a word of warning real quick. This is probably not the time to buy Jimmy Butler cards. Hype is at an all-time high right now, and even if the Heat go on and win the finals, chances are that once we get into the offseason, Jimmy Butler's cards will probably come down somewhat. We see that happen every year, even for the guys who win the finals. Oftentimes in the offseason, their cards start to settle down. So I wouldn't recommend buying any of these today, or oftentimes any of the cards on the top 5 list tend to be peaking out in the market, so you need to be careful. Sometimes it is time to sell these cards, and if you have Jimmy Butler cards, that may be the case right now. But let me show you what his cards have been doing, because they have been red hot in the market, and I brought up 4 of his rookie cards: his 2012 Prism Base, his 2012 Past and Present, his Hoops, and his Brilliance, all in PSA 10. And then I also brought up his 2020 Kaboom in PSA 10. That's quite a popular card as well. And if I switch to look at the details, you can see all of these cards have performed really, really strong over the course of the last 30 days. The Kaboom's up a little bit, went from $725 to $803. From a percentage standpoint, some of these are up a lot more. That Brilliance card, not a card you see that often, that card has gone from $51 to $98 over the last 30 days. That's a 91% increase. And his Hoops card has gone from $85 to $123 over the last 30 days. All of these cards are up. Pretty much doesn't matter what Jimmy Butler card you've had. You've done really well with it this year if you have Jimmy Butler cards in your collection. So maybe sell, take the profit, get some chips off the table right now. We'll see what happens. I hope the Heat do win. My sister, of course, Amber Wilson from ESPN, a big Heat fan. She lived in Miami for many years, but we also have great team members out in Denver here for Sports Card Investor as well. So good luck to both teams. Who do you think is going to win? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please give it a like. Please hit subscribe and go check out Market Movers right now. SportsCardInvestor.com. Click Market Movers in the main menu bar. We appreciate you. We'll see you soon for the next episode. Take care.